Hey guys, my name is Maddie. Welcome to this video. This is my part 2 of my experience and journey with an eating disorder. About a year ago, I made a part 1. I made this because a part of me really believed that maybe I was able to use this difficult experience to help or motivate someone else that could be going through a similar thing. It gave me myself motivation and inspiration to keep on going and to really push through my recovery no matter how many hurdles and obstacles I faced during this year. I can definitely say that putting that video out and the amazing feedback and positivity I got from not only friends and family but from strangers that just came across the video and took the time out of their day to message me saying all these beautiful things that just empowered me so much to believe that I could get through it and that I could end up where I am today. A year later, again, everyone's time is different. There's no time limit on recovery. I'll be going through it for the rest of my life, and that's okay. That's just the way it is. It makes me me. So I am here today to kind of update you guys on where I am now. This past year has definitely consisted of lots of ups, lots of downs too, and that's going to be expected for anyone. Plenty of days where I was able to wake up and give myself the motivation to get out of bed and to keep pushing forward, even though that every day felt like the same. Having these light bulb moments, I would try soak it up as much as possible, and I would kind of visualize myself, I guess, where I am now or even further down the track and see what my life would look like. I needed to really kind of dig deep and be stronger than I have ever been before. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to keep going and prevent relapse. Also dealing with other life stresses. A bit of psychology knowledge I know there. If you know, you know what I'm saying. The reason why it was just extra hard because even in the midst of craziness, I still had to prioritize myself, and that's always never come natural to me. I always feel like I'm being a horrible person if I'm thinking about myself, and I guess that's kind of what made me every now and then go a bit backwards more than forwards, which is that voice that always prevented me from believing that I was worthy enough. In this situation or another, you don't really know what to expect. You don't know how things are going to turn out. You don't know what's going to happen ahead. But the best you can do is just continue to be authentic and real to yourself and believe your worthiness. And I truly know now what I want to do and how I perceive myself. I know that I'm not able to pursue my dreams if I'm half filled tank. I've got to be filled to fulfill others. Factors come into play as well. To be comfortable with increasing food for energy to maintain those extra activity levels. A lot of kind of factors coming into ones to be able to not jump too ahead and I'd freak out, and that's when relapse happens. It was all a very long drawn out process, but it was all for the benefit of me. Even though at the time I hated it, I was probably not the very nicest person to my doctors. Looking back on it now, I understand, and having that knowledge and that experience, I definitely think is all for a reason. Being back at school full time and giving it a couple weeks to make sure that my body was responding positively, I was able to start incorporating more exercise and workouts into my routine, as I really kind of pressured my doctors into it a lot, as they knew that was a really big thing for me, and that's kind of my hobby, my passion. So they really tried to make that a priority. But in saying that, they wouldn't have allowed me to start doing that until they knew that I was going to be able to react positively to that. So I think I kind of got, like, after I started to go back to school full time and all these things coming back into my routine, kind of got a hit like of rush of motivation, like that, getting that normality back, and all that, kind of got a bit excited on myself, which obviously unfortunately leads to disappointment, because when that happens you can't, you always get a different outcome, because that's the reason why the term is getting ahead of yourself, because usually in those times you kind of expect more than what's actually going to happen. So when I got the green light to start incorporating exercise, obviously they didn't just say, go ahead, Maddie, although I wish. So I pleaded with my doctors if I was able to go see a personal trainer or like exercise psychologist, I guess outside of the hospital, because everything in my recovery and all the doctors and everything like that was hospital based, and I kind of was just over it in blunt terms. Kind of wanted to do something outside of that. I saw a personal trainer close to home. I saw her a couple times a week, and she did like the workouts with me, just like basic exercises, like things that would raise my heart rate up a bit, and just did that for a little while to see again how I would react, and making sure that I wasn't declining and I was still making progress. And I did, although you always get setbacks and you always, you know, have bad days. It's probably fair to say that and I guess I should say this with pride, is it? I don't know. Whatever it is, you can tell I've missed a lot of school. When I was able to start doing these things again, I kind of kept making progress and I kept increasing, which was super good. Obviously that was the goal. It doesn't always work out like that for people, because it is a mental illness and it can easily draw you back from the life you want to live and from making progress. So I'm very fortunate and very grateful that I was able to have amazing support again. So that's Blue. If you're wondering how he's going, he's still around. Oh my gosh, this is deja vu. Oh no, Bella too. No one cares about Bella. Hi Blue. Say hi to everyone.
I'm hiding, I'm making tomato sauce.
I'm kidding, of course everyone cares about Bella too. This is Bella, the other one. After a long time of reassuring, as annoying as it was for me, the doctors had to make sure that, for my benefit, of course, at the time, again, I just wanted to punch them in the face, but I mean, couldn't really do that. I guess they were trying to just be helpful. But I finally got to a stage where I was given the green light to go back to netball. I had been like telling myself that when I got to that point, it was kind of like, yeah, I've done this. I've kicked this in the bag. I'm not going to allow myself to go back to where I was or use that as a coping mechanism for all the craziness, because listen here, it is not a life. No matter how hard things get, at the end of the day, you're just making it harder for yourself. Try telling myself this every single day, and it worked, of course, but obviously there's days where you just want to give up. But I didn't allow myself to, and I didn't allow the people around me to do that either. No one ever gave up on me, especially Mum. She kind of realised when I'd have a bad day, and she'd be really supportive and be on my back about everything. I needed that for sure. Like, I just can't imagine what it's like for people that have to do it all on their own, and I'm just so appreciative for every single person in my life. So thank you. And I know, like, I don't have to even name names, like, you know who you are. So in terms of where I'm at now, I am back to netball, although I won't be able to start till May or June or whatever, because of the horrible crisis we are in with the coronavirus. I am so sincere and so sensitive to anyone that's affected or knows someone that's been affected. My prayers and my thoughts go out to you, and I know that God will be looking out for all of us. But yes, so back to netball and back to school full time again, though school's been shut down. Damn, kind of am getting to the point where I'm just like, okay, joke's over, like, we get back to our normal lives. But I'm sure everyone's like that at the moment. We just gotta keep hanging in there. Talk about that I kind of dabbed on. Are you for real? Oh, I didn't. That I touched on is what this future looks like that I've been talking so much about. I have definitely realized over this time that helping and inspiring people is what I want to be, and obviously, like, with my passion for modeling and my career path is obviously where I want that to end up being. I really am wanting to get into kind of expanding my social media and being able to have a platform for a good cause, and to be able to reach out to people and inspire people. Eating disorder or not, it doesn't matter. Anything related to mental health or health, fitness. So if that's something that you'd also like to be interested in, without further ado, thank you everyone for supporting me again through this really hard time in my life. I'm excited to kind of share it with you guys as well, and being able to use it to my advantage to be able to help someone else. And I think that's where the power lies within, is when you can kind of reverse it and being able to do that. So I'm going to try and use this time as much as I can to really work hard on planning out my social media and all of that stuff. So please let me know and like and subscribe. Ew, cringe. But super grateful for so many things, and I know this is a really hard time for everyone in the world right now, and so much tragedy has happened. Everything does happen for a reason. God has a plan for us all, so hang in there, have hope, message me if you need something, and hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you so much for listening to me again. I appreciate it more than you would know. And yeah, bye.